Okay, so let's continue. On part C, in order to do a quantity squared, because this is more than just x, you actually have to write out two of these terms and simplify it first. So we get 4x squared minus 6x plus 9. So our original function is 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So to take the derivative, we can do the power rule. Multiply, subtract 1. There's a 1 here. So multiply. When I subtract 1, the x goes away. And since this has x to the 0, that would go away as well. Okay, so on part D, in order to do these, we need to rewrite all of them with negative exponents. Okay, so now we can do the power rules. So our derivative is going to multiply, subtract 1, multiply, subtract 1, and multiply, subtract 1. So if we rewrite this without negative exponents, we've got negative 4 over x squared plus 8 over x cubed minus 12 over x to the 4th. All right, on part E, we're going to change this into 6x to the 1/2, 2x to the 1/2 minus 3. So we're still in the original and we need to distribute. So our original function is 12, and then we add powers. So 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1, minus 6 times 3, and we keep the power. So our derivative, we're going to bring the power down, subtract 1, so our x goes away, bring our power down with multiplication, so 18 times 1/2 is 9, and if we subtract 1. Now, if you rewrite this, okay? All right, so the last one is going to be, we have to write this out twice. Okay, so if I simplify, we've got x to the 4th minus x cubed plus x squared minus x cubed plus x squared minus x, and distribute the 1, plus x minus, sorry, that was x squared, plus 1. And it's still all over 2. I'm going to need some more room. So our original, sorry, that's not a prime. Our original is x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus 2x, 1, 2, 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Now, and all of these are all over 2. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. This problem I'll talk about in a minute, but so our derivative is bring the 4 down, so 4 times 1/2 is 2, subtract 1. Multiply, that's a 1, so if I bring that 3 down, subtract 1. 3/2 times 2 is 3, subtract 1, and that's a 1 with the power, so if I bring that down, subtract 1, and then there's no power on there. So here's our derivative. That was a lot. Part G, we're going to rewrite this as 8x to the negative 1/2 minus 6x to the negative 1/3. So our derivative, we're going to bring down a multiply, subtract 1, bring down a multiply, subtract 1, and then we can rewrite that. Okay, and then our last one, we need to reduce. So I'm going to rewrite this first. And so we reduce it. Those x's would cancel, so I'm left with 9. And the 3 stays, and we subtract exponents. So I'm going to get x to the negative 1/2. So remember, this starts out like a 0. So our first, that's not a prime. Our derivative is multiply, we get 0. The 9 would go away. And then I'm going to bring this down with multiplication. So I get positive 3/2. And if I subtract 1. So I get 3 over 2 x to the 3/2. Okay, I am going to erase this and talk about it. So on my original problem that I had right here, we could try factoring, and that's what we're going to do. So I am going to erase this. Oops. So in the numerator, oops, I don't like that. We need the factors would be x and x, 8 and 2, minus and plus, and we have a common factor. We can divide out a 2. So this reduces. So I'm really left with x over 2, which is 1/2 x, and then negative 8 over 2. So our derivative, well, the derivative of 1/2 x, we're going to bring that power down. And our x would go away. This had x of nothing, and so that's actually our derivative, okay? So sometimes there's a little bit of rewriting, a little bit of simplifying that you need to do before you can just get to the derivative. I'm not sure why I know those are the original, and I put them there. Okay, so try the power rule and see how you do on the homework.